This is Coastal Bend History.
Well, here we are again on Padre Island. I'm Andy Lascano. You know, for years, developers envisioned this as a tourist mecca, a place for hotels and restaurants and all other tourist attractions. But then there came the Great Depression of '29 and then the big hurricane in '33, and those plans really changed. They stopped. And then in the late '40s, Nueces County officials said, let's try this.
There had been talk of establishing a national park on Padre Island for years, but before that happened, Nueces County worked to build a county park on the north end of the island. The owner, Albert Jones, agreed to donate 1,000 acres for the park development, and in 1948 a bond election was held to build the park and a 4.5-mile raised causeway from the bluff to the island. The price tag was $1.7 million, which in today's economy would be more than $22 million. The new causeway would include 2 swing bridges to allow traffic to cross over the Humboldt Channel and recently completed Intracoastal Canal. The 2-lane toll road was named the North Padre Island Causeway. It was finished on June 17th of 1950, and the new raised causeway helped attract tourists, sports fishermen, and investors who had been targeted for decades. In fact, in the same year, they commemorated the 50,000th car over the bridge with this photograph. Mr. Jones created the Padre Island Investment Corporation to help develop the island, and initially development was slow. The island remained mostly barren. There was a hotel, some entertainment and restaurants, and a convenience store, but by the late 1960s, that began to change. Houses, apartments, and condominiums began being built in 1967, and the $1 Million Inn opened on the beach. The following year, the National Seashore Park would open, attracting thousands of tourists, and the John F. Kennedy Memorial Causeway became toll-free. But there was still a major problem with access to the island. The low elevation of the causeway and the swing bridges made it challenging to access, so the county turned over ownership of the causeway to the state, and TxDOT decided it was time for a solution.
So, by the early 1970s, big plans and big changes were already underway, forever changing access to the island. We're going to have more on that next week in Part 3, but for now, if you want to learn more about North Padre Island, the Causeway, or any of our Coastal Bend stories, you can do a couple of things. Number one, you can scan the QR code you see on your screen, or as always, you can go to our website, christv.com, click on the Coastal Bend History tab, and voila, there they all are, all our Coastal Bend history stories. Until next time, I'm Andy Lascano.